Okay, so as you can see here on the screen, we're in the book of Luke, chapter 5, and we're going to jump down to verse 12. And it reads, "And it came to pass, when he was in a certain city, behold, a man full of" what? Leprosy, who seeing Hamashiach fell on his face, and besought him, saying, Wamalak, if thou wilt, thou canst make me what? Clean. Okay. So as it says here, the man had leprosy. When you look up the definition of leprosy, make no mistake, that's pale skin, aka white skin. Or you can have also a yellow hair, okay, which is in the Russian language. The definition of yellow is blonde. Okay, so that's what you would call leprosy. All right. And then that same man who seen Hamashiach fell on his face, right? And then he said this to him, if thou wilt, thou canst make me what? Clean. Okay, so the man who had leprosy knew that he was unclean. Okay. And how was he to get clean? Right? He had to rid himself of leprosy, or he had to get Hamashiach to rid himself of leprosy. All right. Meaning turning him to a melanated person. Okay. That's how you become clean, according to the Levitical law. All right. In the book of Leviticus, chapter 17, I believe. Okay. Verse 13. And he put forth his hand, who's the he? That's Hamashiach, right? And touched him, saying, I will, be thou clean. And immediately the leprosy departed from him. Okay. Now, in certain religions, like in Islam, okay, they will tell you that having melanated skin is a sin. Okay. Also in Mormonism, okay, and which I call Moronism, all right, they will tell you also that having melanated skin, this as we have melanated skin, right? Brown, beautiful, melanated skin, right? They will tell you having this is a sin. Okay, this is the doctrine that's going around the world. Okay, when Ham's grandson, which was Canaan, was cursed because of the sin he did, right? They said that Canaan's curse was having melanated skin. Okay, so this is the reason why, most people of the world, the ones that hate you, by the way, and the ones that's within our nation of people that's deceived, believe that we are of the lineage of Ham. And we're not. We're of the lineage of Shem, man. Okay? The blessings and the curses of the book of Deuteronomy and all throughout the Bible, it fits us. It fits our people, man. It don't fit no other nation, man. Right? But unfortunately, this false doctrine is being pushed throughout the earth. We are from the lineage of Ham because we have melanated skin, and that's not true. Okay, there's nowhere in the scripture that says that having dark skin is a sin, man, or having dark skin is a curse. Okay, according to the Levitical law, it says when you have leprosy, it's a sin. Okay, when you have blonde hair, it's a sin. Okay, when you have so-called blue eyes, okay, that's a degenerative gene that you have in your eyes, man. Right? So with that false doctrine going around, this is them trying to justify, being oppressed in this society, man. Keeping you at the bottom of the totem pole, because as it's written in scripture, it says that Canaan is going to be a servant of servants. Okay, so if Canaan is a servant of servants, then we're supposed to be under two nations of people. Okay, now think about it. If we're Canaan and we're supposed to be a servant of servants, we're supposed to be under the rulership of two different people. Okay. Okay, now our people understand and know that, the so-called white man came over to west coast of Africa where we flee to from the land of Israel when we was exiled, by the way. They was the ones that came over to the west coast of Africa and brought us over here to the Western Hemisphere to put us in chattel slavery. Whether it was in the Caribbean, whether it was in South America, Brazil, Trinidad and Tobago, El Salvador, whatever, right? Mexico, Santo Domingo, Puerto Rico, Jamaica, right? Haiti, all right? Nicaragua, I mean, you name it, right? And of course, the Americas, the United States. So, of course, that's one nation of people that came over to the west coast of Africa to bring us over here and put us in chattel slavery. Okay, so if we're a part of the Canaanite lineage, or if we are Canaanites of servants under two ethnicities of people, who's that second ethnicity of people that we're under? Seems like to me we're under the oppression from so-called white folks. That's only one nation of people. Now, if you want to deem us Canaanites, we're supposed to be a servant of servants. So who is that second nation of people who we're oppressed by? Who is it? So that prophecy doesn't fit the so-called African American or the so-called Negro or Afro-American, because we're not Canaanites. We're not under the oppression of two nations of people. All right. Now, according to biblical scripture, when Jacob and Esau was shall serve the younger brother. Okay. Now, if you think about it, during the earlier stages, of the world, we were in rulership. The Israelites was at the top of the totem pole. Okay, we was in rulership. We was running things on this earth until we sinned, and then the Most High had to knock us down to humble us as we are today. Okay, but when we was on top, right, we was in rulership. We ruled over our older brother Esau. Okay, and then you had the Canaanites, okay, which is of the Hamitic lineage. They was in servitude to Esau. Okay, so the Canaanites, who was cursed with pale skin, by the way, according to biblical scripture, whenever the Most High you, he gave you pale skin. That's all the way from Cain. That goes all the way to Miriam, which is Moses and Aaron's sister. That goes to Naaman. Okay, that goes to Gehazi. Okay, and all of the other lepers that was running around even till today. Okay, and that goes for Canaan. So whenever the Most High cursed you, he pale skin. Okay, so that's the reason why Cain was complaining to the Most High that, hey, with this curse that you've given me, if I go out into the wilderness, someone's going to find me and kill me because they're going to know that I'm different. I'm not like everyone else. Everyone else is melanated. Okay, they're colored people. But when they see me come through, damn near light, bright, and white as snow, they're going to know I'm different. They're going to know I'm a foreigner. They're going to know I'm a so-called alien. Okay, that's what an alien is. Basically, it's just a foreigner. It's not some extraterrestrial person from outer space, from out of this world. An alien is just someone who's a foreigner. Okay, in a place where they don't normally belong. All right, so that's the reason why Cain was complaining to the Most High about it, and the Most High and reassured Cain that if someone do something to you, or if they kill you, that person that done it is going to be killed 7 times over. Right? They're going to have a tragic death. Okay, so that's how they knew Cain was a different person, because he had pale leprosy skin. That's a curse of the Most High. Just like what happened to Miriam, right? Aaron begged to the Most High, let not my sister be as if she was dead. Okay, restore her back to normal. Give her back her melanin. Make her a brown person again. Okay, so this is what Aaron was saying to the Most High. Okay, when the Most High cursed Gehazi, he told Gehazi, just as Naaman, the curse of leprosy will be upon you and your seed forever. Okay, and then it states that Gehazi walked away sorrowful, white as snow, a leprous. Okay, so having leprosy is a curse, man. Not having melanated skin, as this right here, a curse. All right, as the so-called Mormons teach you, or the Nation of Islam, man. That's why I don't understand how brothers and sisters can be in the Nation of Islam, man, and they teach that BS, man. Right? How can you be a part of a religion that tells you your skin is a curse, man? That's crazy. That's ludicrous, man. Right? But I don't know. Maybe they didn't get the memo. Maybe they didn't read that part of the Qur'an, the unholy Qur'an. But this is what it says in that Qur'an, man. Right? And in the Mormonism. Okay? So this is the doctrine being pushed throughout the world, that we're Canaanites because we have dark melanated skin. Or just because you're Ham, you have dark skin. Well, Canaan himself proved you wrong, because Canaan was cursed with pale skin. And everyone that's living in Africa don't have dark skin. What about the South Africans? Okay, what about the so-called Egyptians? Okay, really in the land of Mizraim. All right, what about the people in Morocco? Okay, Monaco. Right? Northwest Africa. Or North Africa. Okay, and Tunisia. Okay, Libya. All right, look like pale people to me. Right, but they're on the continent of Africa. But the doctrine that's going around the world is saying that if you're from Africa, period, you're black, you're dark, you're melanated. It's a fallacy to follow that ideology, man. Right, and it was a racist, Caucasian man that put that stigma out there. Okay. If you're close to the equator, you have a darker tone. But if you're further from the equator, if you're north, you have a lighter tone. You have black folks living up north. You have black folks living in the UK, London. You got black folks living in Ireland, okay, Greenland. They still melanated. You got some white folks living in South Africa. They still white. And this is not a racist thing. This is a truth thing. Right? I don't have a racist bone in my body, but I love truth. You know what I'm saying? And just like I said, it's a fallacy to follow that false ideology and philosophy, man. Right? This is why there's so much hatred and racism in the world today. Right? Because you have people thinking that the Most High's chosen people, which is the 12 tribes of Yasharel, is really Canaanites. Right? And these devils is pushing this doctrine, man. Right? So that's what leprosy is according to the biblical scripture. Right? Getting back into it. Verse 13 again from the top. And he put forth his hand and touched him, saying, I will, be thou clean. And immediately the leprosy departed from him. Verse 14. And he charged him to tell no man, but go and shew thyself to the priest. Okay, who's the priest? The high priest, the Levitical priest. Okay, this is what Hamashiach said to the man who he just cured.